Some of my favorite videos, and I tell you this all the time, are the ones that I tell you exactly what I'm doing, such as what I'm purchasing, things that I'm investing in this week because they're good investments. Now let's talk about things that I bought this week, things that you should be looking at purchasing or things that you should look at doing right now with your cash. Right now, money is crazy. The stock market's volatile. You're worried about your retirements. Our world is in chaos. Well, some things we can't control, but others we can by protecting ourselves. Today, let's talk about things that I'm purchasing that you should be purchasing, and we're going to talk about 5. This video starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's okay, but let us know what you think about the content of this video. Also, let me know, comment below what you purchased this week that could help you and your family. No matter how big, how small it is, if it's something that can be valuable to you, it's worth the purchase, and it's worth telling us what you purchased so that way we'll all start being prepared for this crazy world that we live in. Now, we're under the porch today. It is absolutely flooding in south. If you're in the way of this major storm coming through Texas, Louisiana, and now Mississippi, it will go through Alabama, just the whole southeast. Please be careful today. I know there's been a lot of hail, a lot of tornadoes, so we're hunkered down and we'll see what happens, but it's already starting to rain. And you see the blueberries behind me. I don't want these blueberries to fall off, so hopefully the hail will not destroy all of these blueberries. Now let's talk about the things that we purchased this week. Now, number 1 deals with what I just showed you. Right now, you could go to Home Depot, Walmart, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, wherever big box store that you have. Or I would personally tell you to go to co-ops, local feed stores, and local stores that sells agricultural goods. Right now, everybody is selling things to plant, and it's easy. Normally, I tell you to buy seeds. In this case, I'm trying to give you the easy out. You can buy the little, basically the cells, what they call little cells, plants that are already started. So potted plants that are already started for you that deal with annuals such as growing vegetables or perennials such as these beautiful blueberries behind me. Find things that are ready to plant to where all you have to do is literally put them in a pot, put them in the ground, and there you go. You are starting to grow food. That is key right now because the value of food has skyrocketed. What other investment, what other thing that you have purchased over the last 4 years that has went up 30 to 40%? No investment that you have has done that has stayed that high. Well, food is one of them, and if you invest in food and you start putting that food up, preserving that food, and you learn how to grow the food, then you're investing heavily in your future and also your food security, but not only that, the fact that you're saving money overall. So pick up some potted plants, some things that are already planted in the little cell trays. These are easy buys, very economical. You can literally pick up some annuals such as tomatoes or squash or zucchini or cucumbers, or you can pick up the blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, or any other tree. The point is you're starting to grow. Annuals, you're growing food for now. Perennials such as these blueberries, such as fruit trees, you're growing for legacy to plant for later on. I challenge you to do both. These are great purchases today. Even pick up some herbs. Learn how to use the herbs for medicinal benefits and also for your health. Number 1, potted plants or plant sales. Go ahead and get something started today. Number 2 is chicken. Now, with this crazy avian flu kicking back off, they're literally slaughtering birds. There was a study that came out the other day that said that they would already go ahead and plan to take 1 egg site out of production, which is going to be millions of eggs. They also said that they would take one chicken farm that has already been quote-unquote quarantined. And so now, therefore, both of those are out of operation. Now, that's just 20 or 30 million birds, which will hurt the egg production and the chicken production. You don't think this is going to spread and you don't think this is going to grow. That's going to make your chicken prices and your egg prices go back up. Now, my wife did a video on our other channel, The Max Life, about water glassing. Learn how to water glass your eggs, learn how to buy eggs, and learn how to buy them from local people where you can turn around and preserve them the best instead of buying them from the store. But if all you've got the store, go ahead and buy them and learn how to preserve them and put them up because they're going to go very high in expense. Remember, eggs and chicken tends to be the cheapest protein you can purchase. If they can manipulate that, then all of a sudden your proteins cost a lot more money. Your meat proteins do. Now, they can probably give you some kind of soy protein or some kind of GMO protein, but let's stay away from that. So right now you need to be buying chicken, learning how to buy it in bulk, and then put it up. Have you learned how to can? We have a video on canning chicken. Learn how to can chicken. It's so easy and is a game changer for preservation and taking care of your family. So number one, you're planting crops, you're planting goods because you're buying them already done and already ready to plant, where you put them in a pot or put them in the soil in the ground. Secondly, we're buying chicken or protein, eggs, and you can buy them in bulk right now. If you let this lie, you don't believe that chicken prices and egg prices are going up, you've got your head in the sand. So please make sure you're buying chicken and eggs and learning how to preserve them, canning or cooking, freezing, however that may be. If you are really getting into it, buy some chickens. That's a good thing to do because now you're raising chickens and eggs. A great purchase. I actually purchased more birds and I'm incubating more birds as we speak. And this is a good buy. Now, both of those things were pretty economical. Now, the third one is going to be a little bit more pricey, but this is one thing I think you need to invest in. When we talk about making sure that you are protecting your value, your wealth, your money, I always tell you to buy gold. I think that you should look at gold. Costco came out this week and said they are selling out gold at the highest rate they've ever sold. Now, Costco is selling gold bars. Look at Costco bars. If you can find them in stock, most of the time they're sold out already. They've been a great economical way to buy gold. Now, when I say economical, gold's not cheap right now. Guess what? It's not going to get much cheaper, and it's probably going to keep on going up. But the fact that the dollar is struggling, your cash is struggling, why are we not looking at ways to protect that? And don't go into Bitcoin because it's speculative, just like cash. Don't go in the stock market because it's speculative. Both of those things are good for extra money. But we also need to look at putting up precious metals, a commodity, something that has value across the world. Right now, your government, Chinese government, several other governments, including our own Fed, is buying more gold because they know the value of gold will never go down. If you can scrounge together some money, if you can find ways to buy gold, buy gold. I buy from Genesis because I like Genesis. I like what they stand for with Christian values. You don't have to buy from Genesis, but buy from a gold provider. Find ways to save some money to build it up to buy a little gold. If you can go to a local pawn shop, make sure you're getting a good, reputable pawn shop. I know that's crazy, but you need to make sure you're buying from a local provider that's good. I do this. There's one in town that I personally buy from. When he gets it, he calls me, and if I can afford it, I go buy it. This is a good buy this week. Please try to buy some precious metals. If you can't afford gold, maybe look at some silver. Make sure you're getting good quality silver, older silver. Make sure you're putting up something that's got worth, that's not just in paper cash or just in digital currency. Number 3, gold or precious metals. And when I'm telling you these things, I'm actually doing it myself as well. Number 4, this is a big one I did this week, and I'm going to call it the Pew Pew self-defense. You know what I mean. We bought several cases of this week. We wanted to make sure that we're protecting ourselves with security of our home. So we bought some of that this week. We had some rounds that we purchased a long time ago from a gentleman who needed to get rid of them because he had sold his Pew Pew, and then therefore I needed to get that model. So I turned around and bought that this week. Then I also bought a case of NATO rounds. I mean, just so I had something that was valuable to my family. I have to be very, very discreet when I talk about this, but if you get what I'm saying, you have to have security and protection. Please buy this. Please learn how to use this. This is an investment that has value that we can't even put a price on. Because when it comes down to it, this is the one thing they're going to push to get rid of, censor, ban, or not allow you to have. So I would challenge you, 2A things. You better be picking these things up. I purchase this literally monthly, almost weekly when I have a budget for it. This is something you need to purchase. Not only the Pew Pew, but also the projectiles that go with it. And number 5, I want to challenge you to get out of debt. Number 5 is you're using your cash to pay yourself. Now, I know that sounds crazy, and you're like, oh, Colby, that's not really a number 5. It is. When we learn to pay ourselves, there's 2 ways I'm saying pay yourself with cash. One is you got to get out of debt. If you've got debts, if you've got credit cards, or you've got some kind of money that is costing you interest right now, you're paying top interest. Get out of debt and don't go back into it. So number 5 would be, let's start buying our debt out from under the banks or from whatever lender I have, so then I personally own whatever tangible item. If I can sell those items because they don't bring value to me and they were a stupid purchase, sell them. If you're in credit card debt, check with a company that can help you get out of debt. You need to learn to budget, side hustle, and get out of debt. Now, that's the first thing you need to do with the cash. Secondly, if you're paying yourself, you're putting some up in savings. You know how we buy these things? You know how when we do these buy these now videos, the reason we do that is because we're not only paying our debts, we're paying ourselves. One thing I've learned when we talk about budgeting and protecting our family, when I get paid, if it be every week, every 2 weeks, every month, I'm going to, first of all, give to God. I believe that if we give to our church, we're Christians, we believe in tithing. So I'm going to do that with my first fruits. And then I'm going to turn around and put some money up for savings, just enough to pay myself. And then I'm going to work my budget plan. That means if I have debts, if I have utilities, if I have groceries, you have to build a budget. Don't tell me you can't budget. It does not matter if you make $5,000 a month, $20,000 a month, or you make $1,000 a month. If you learn how to budget, it's not the money you make, it's the money you spend. So please, 2 things to do with number 5. Pay yourself, which means I'm actually tangibly giving myself money to put up in a safe, put up in my home because I want to get it out of the bank. I kind of want to make it like my little emergency fund. And then secondly, I want to get out of debt. I want to start paying down all those debts, because when I have the assets myself and I don't owe on them, then I'm not a slave to that lender anymore. This goes to your home. If you can start paying more in your home to get it out of the bank, great, start doing that. If you own a business, same process. If you own credit cards or you own junk stuff like a car and you can get rid of it, instead of paying the car off, if it's one of those things where it's not really valuable to you, it's still a pretty good market to sell cars. Get rid of it and buy something that's even cheaper to save you money, because if you want sustainability, you want independence, you got to get out of debt. So this is the list I want you to work on this week. Now, here's the thing. I always get naysayers. Well, look, this economy is already bad. Do you think I can afford to buy gold? Or you think I can afford to pay the extra debt? I'm just barely making enough to buy canned foods at $1. Understand. I know times are tough. The reason we do these videos is because I want to encourage you, you can do better. I've done videos on side hustles, how to make side income, how to work hard to say, you know what, I want to, Dave Ramsey says this all the time, and I love it. I want to live like no one else so later I can live like no one else. Meaning, I want to work as hard as I can right now so later I don't have to work as hard because I've done the right things. Maybe you've made mistakes and you can't get out of debt quick. That's okay. Just work towards it. The more you pay each and every day, each and every week, each and every month, the more value you're adding to yourself and less that you owe to those creditors. Please find ways to get out of debt. Start buying some of these things to be sustainable, to have security at your home. More than anything, learn how to protect your family. And of course, spiritually prepare. I want to end every video with some kind of hope, because you know what? Even if you can't do these, buy these now, or you can't do this with cash right now because you're strapped, ultimately, if we rely on Christ, it will be okay. We will keep on pressing on and keep on doing well. And I promise you, if you can get anything out of all my videos, it's, even though people say it's all about fear and scare tactics, it's actually about hope. When we see the truth, we can see the glimmer of hope, and that's always Christ. Guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.